Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, people? Salute, salute. It's your boy Jay Jordan back again for another watch along. Well, we're into week 2 of the NBA season. And as you can see from behind me, this is my squad that we're doing tonight. The Miami Heat, currently with a 3-1 record on a 3-game winning streak, taking on the home team, the San Antonio Spurs, with a 4-0 winning streak, looking to go 5-0 for the first time in a long time, if I remember correctly. All right, this is the first of three matchups between these. Sorry, the first of two matchups between these two teams. Um, I'll see when they play again, but this I'm looking forward to this one. Is Victor Wembanyama, as you saw in the thumbnail. Victor Wembanyama, the 7'5" alien, can do everything out there on the court. Score, rebound, assist, block, play defense. And then you have this new and improved Miami Heat team playing much differently than they played in years past. Playing much quicker with the ball, getting points up. They scored 144 points in regulation last game, which is we haven't done that in a very long time. So I had my doubts about this season, and I know it's still early, but what they've shown so far has given me some hope early. But can't wait to see what they bring tonight. All right, starting lineups on your screen for the Miami Heat: Davion Mitchell, Pelle Larsson. I think I spelled Pelle Larsson's name wrong. I gotta correct that. But it's Pelle Larsson, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, and Kel'el Ware. I'm off the bench. Jaime Jaquez Jr., Nikola Jovic, Simone Fontecchio, Drew Smith, Myron Gardner, Kashad Johnson, and Jameer Young. Norman Powell's out. Tyler Herro is out. Also the rookie Kasparis is out as well for the Miami Heat. Let me make sure I spell Pelle Larsson's name correctly. Where is it? Miami Heat. Yeah, Larsson. Let me put some respect on the second-year player, Pelle Larsson, out of Arizona University. All right, for the Spurs, we have Steph Castle, Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Julian Champagny, and Victor Wembanyama is the starters for the San Antonio Spurs. Let me make sure I fix his name as well. I thought I put the I there, but there we go. For the subs, Dylan Harper, the rookie, Keldon Johnson, Bismack Biyombo, Carter Bryant, Jordan McLaughlin, Harrison Ingram, David Jones, Garcia, and Riley Minix. For them, they have De'Aaron Fox is out. Jeremy Sochan is out as well. So some of their players from last year, that were big parts of their lineup are out. And then of course, Kelly Olynyk, the ex Miami Heat player, Luke Cornett, the ex Celtic, and Lindy Waters the second. All right, they're talking about the starting lineups on the broadcast. Now I'm watching this game on NBA League Pass. That's how I'm watching this game on NBA League Pass. All right, so it's Kel'el Ware versus Victor Wembanyama, and the Spurs win the tip, and we have kicked this game off, people. Spurs win the tip. It's Steph Castle with the ball over to Harrison Barnes. Barnes out to Wembanyama. He drives left, off balance jumper, fakes the jump shot, passes it to Vassell for the wing three, and the Spurs are on the board to start this game. Devin Vassell off the fake shot pass from Victor Wembanyama. And Spurs with the lead 3-0 out to Ware. Left side to Davion Mitchell. Drives by Steph Castle, goes reverse layup, and Davion Mitchell is into the scorebook here. And lays it in. Yes, my job, we get free league pass. Salute, Jason. What's going on? And Julian Champagny loses his defender, cuts to the basket, and lays it in. So Spurs up 5-2 to start. Bam Adebayo loses the ball on a back down and Harrison Barnes with the steal over Wemby. Wemby stops at the 3-point line. Wemby for three, and it's too strong. Rebound to Bam. Bam, throws it out to Larson. Up top to Davion. Right side to Wiggins. Wiggins, contested wing three is off. Rebound, Steph Castle. Oh, Devin Vassell, excuse me. They both have a similar hairstyle. Vassell goes behind the back, step back from the right elbow, misses, but Victor just skies above everybody and tips it in. So Victor Wembanyama with 4 points already. Gets it over to Ware, over to Davion, to Wiggins, other side to Bam. Bam, corner three, and left corner three. Bam's been shooting that three a lot lately, and he knocks down the left corner three right in front of the Heat bench. It's 8-7. Oh, Steph Castle gets to the basket, finishes with the right hand on the left-hand side, and it's 11. Oh, I'm adding the wrong score to the wrong team. My bad, y'all. They have the score frozen here on the broadcast. And the Heat get a steal. I think it's 11-7 is the score. 11-7. The Heat get a steal here. Gets it over to Bam. Bam shoots another three, and it's way off. Ball bouncing around. And Devin Vassell with the rebound. Wemby attacks Kel'el Ware, goes to the basket, hangs, and banks it in. So Victor Wembanyama going to the basket, and it's paying off. 11-7 is the score. And then Bam gets blocked from behind by Steph Castle, and he has the ball over to Victor. Pump fakes for three. Drives. Corner to Julian Champagny. Up top to Steph Castle. They reset the play. Steph Castle on the drive. Off balance, throws it up, misses, and Pelle Larson with the rebound. Steph Castle wanted a foul. They have numbers if they want it. Mitchell over to Bam. Back to Davion. Davion for three. And Davion Mitchell cashes out for three. And it's 11-10. Spurs on top. So fast-paced offense so far in this one for both of these teams. Victor Wembanyama, top of the key here. Wemby gets it over to Champagny in the corner. Champagny comes off the screen. Gets it down to Wemby. Guarded by the shortest player on the court, Davion. He pump fakes. Now shoots over him. Rolls off. Bam with the rebound. Bam over to Pelle Larson. Left side of Wiggins. Wiggins attacks. Spins off. Goes up with the floater. That's a foul. And it's a foul they call. And I don't know if it's a goaltend, but they definitely called a foul on Steph Castle there. That looked like a goaltend to me. The ball looked like it was on its way down. But it's a two-shot foul either way. But that looked like a goaltending in my non-biased opinion. Salute to everybody joining the stream. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new here, follow on the Twitch. Also on the YouTube. Make sure you fill out the poll. Who do you think will win tonight's game as Wiggins misses the first free throw? You know who I'm going for, Miami. Wiggins at the line for the second free throw to tie the game. And he's short on the second. So Wiggins misses both free throws, which is why that floater being called a goaltender would have been beneficial. But we move. 11-10. Victor on the attack. Victor guarded by Davion. Throws it over to Vassell in the right corner. Contested three is off. Mitchell off to the races here. Tries to drive. Spins back into the paint up top to Wiggins. Left side to Bam. Bam. Three from the same spot. Same result. Bam. 2 for 2 from three from that left corner. And the Heat have their first lead of the game. 13-11 Miami on top of the Spurs. So Davion throws it out top of the key to Wiggins. They leave Bam wide open in the left corner. Nobody within 15 feet of him. Confidently shoots that three and cashes out. We go to a timeout here. 13-11. Heat on top. All right. Now that we have a quick break here, salute to all of y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you leave a like. Subscribe if you are new here. Follow on the Twitch. Salute the Twitch gang as well. This is my first time calling a Miami Heat game on the channel. I had to make sure. I was going to do the Bucks and Warriors game, but then I was like, I gotta at least call my team first before when I have the opportunity to. You see, I got the Heat flag in the back, got the Heat stuff over here. That is the team. I got the D Wade shirt on. D Wade, my favorite player ever. Looking at the scores from the others game, looks like the Bucks are up 37-31. No Giannis in that game. Thunder are up 38-32 on the Wizards. What else we got? All right, that's the Heat game we're doing. Heat up 13-11 on the Spurs. I think it's not a super busy night as we've seen it. 1, 2, 3, a 4-game night in the NBA tonight. 4-game night. Tomorrow is the start of the NBA Cup group play stage. So that's that. We'll have a couple games on Prime, and then the rest will be on League Pass. I won't be doing any watch-alongs tomorrow, but definitely check out Prime Video for some good matchups. We'll touch on those at halftime to see what matchups are on Prime. But it should be majority of the teams are playing. I think everybody plays tomorrow since it's NBA Cup day, so should be in for some good ones. Right, so we're coming back to the broadcast now. Bam Adebayo, the leading scorer for the Heat, with 6 points on made made threes. Davion Mitchell with 5 to help out there. For the Spurs, Victor Wembanyama, up to 4 points. And you have 3 from Vassell, 2 from Castle, and 2 from Champagny. All right, so it is Spurs basketball as we resume this first quarter. Steph Castle with the ball. I don't think any subs have been made yet. Ball over to Harrison Barnes, top of the key, guarded by Kel'el Ware. Down to Wembanyama. It goes off Davion Mitchell's fingertips. He deflects it out of bounds, and the Spurs retain possession with 8 seconds to go. I think she does go to Bam's games. I saw her there a lot last year. As Vassell comes off the screen and misses, rebound to Kel'el Ware. They're on the road. They're playing in San Antonio, so they don't really focus on her if she is there. Wiggins down the lane, attacks Champagny and misses. Gets deflected by Wembanyama over to Champagny. Gets it over to Barnes. Barnes to Wemby down the lane. That's a charge, and it is a charge. Good charge there by Pelle Larsson. He stood his ground right in front of the charging Wembanyama and drew that foul. So turnover Spurs. Ball in play here with the Heat. Davion right side to Pelle Larsson. Attacks left, spins back right, throws up the floater, and scores. So Pelle Larsson, the second-year player, into the scorebook here. He had a career-high 17 points last game. 15-11 Heat on top. Davion Mitchell with the foul guarding Steph Castle. His first foul of the game. As I mentioned, Norm Powell, the Heat's new acquisition. He's been out the last 2 games for the Miami Heat. Over to Barnes. Barnes, left wing 3, and he cashes out from 3. Harrison Barnes into the scorebook is 15-14, Miami on top. Wiggins on the attack right, throws it back up top to Davion, left side to Bam. In the corner to Larsson. He goes corner to Kel'el Ware. He pump fakes. Davion shoots another 3, top of the key off the front of the rim, hits the backboard and drops in. Davion Mitchell. 2 threes for Davion. And it's 18-14, Miami on top. Just moving the ball. Steph Castle comes off that screen, crosses right to left. That's an offensive foul. Oh, they call a blocking foul on Davion. I think they're gonna reverse that. And Coach Spo is gonna review that. He's gonna challenge that. That looked like a clear, blatant push off by Steph Castle. Yeah, that's a foul. That, if anything, that's a no call. You can't call a blocking foul on that. He pushes him with the forearm. But they're gonna review it and see what the play is. We go to a timeout break here. 18-14 is the score. 18-14. Miami on top. It may be 18-16 if this basket counts. So I'm gonna add the 2 points for the Spurs now. But if it gets reversed, they'll lose those points there. No substitutions have been made as of yet. Davion Mitchell is the leading scorer in the game with 8 points. It's been exciting times in the NBA. Despite the gambling accusations and things of that nature. But we got a couple players. I think about 3 or 4 players have scored 50 in a game already this season. You had about like 5 or 6 score 40. So players are putting the ball in the basket. We've had some surprises as well in terms of teams that we thought would be doing better, not doing as well. In the Eastern Conference, you got Philly at 4-0. We know Brooklyn was going to be bad at 0-5. Chicago at 4-0 is a surprise as well. And I thought Orlando would be better. They're currently at 1-4 after they beat us in the season opener. They've lost the last 3 in a row. And in the Western Conference, Golden State at 4-1. Sacramento, people expected to be pretty bad at 1-4. San Antonio, a surprise at 4-0. Dallas not playing too well. They're at 2-3. And you got Minnesota in 2-3 as well, excuse me. Sierra, what up? What up? Good to see you in the chat as always. So wow, they say it's an unsuccessful challenge. I don't really understand it, but they're saying the first act was already a blocking foul. But Castle's initiate that's not a blocking foul in my opinion. So Steph Castle created the contact, but since he created the contact and Davion was moving, they called it a blocking foul. I don't get it, but anyways, he scores the free throw for the 3-point play. Davion already up to 2 fouls now. Larson on the attack on Barnes, and that's a reach-in foul on Harrison Barnes on Pella Larson. Jaime Jaquez Jr., the third-year player out of UCLA, has checked into the game. Undrafted player Drew Smith checks in for Davion Mitchell. So Davion with 8 points, but does have 2 fouls. He has to sit on the bench. You can't get too many fouls this early. It's a long game. Ball inbound to Larson over to Wiggins. Wiggins drives right into the paint, goes off glass, and banks it in. No Wemby in the game right now. Biyombo's in the game. Wiggins goes right in there. No fear of Biyombo off the glass. The rookie Dylan Harper has checked in out of Rutgers. He's into the game. Castle goes to the basket, throws up the floater, and misses, and Weird tracks down the rebound over to Smith. Smith cross court to Wiggins. Wiggins out to Drew. Over to Kello Weir, right side to Larson. They try to get it down to Jaquez. They can't get it. Weir tries to force a pass in and telegraphs it. It gets stolen by Steph Castle. Hand off to Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper tries to step through, goes up with the right hand scoop, can't get it. Fight for the rebound. Weir gets it. And over to Drew Smith. Drew Smith stops at the 3-point line. Wiggins in the right corner. Wiggins down to Weir, and a bad entry pass. It gets thrown right out of bounds. 20-17 is the score. 20-17. Ball in play here with the Spurs. Castle drives left, looking for Vassell off the pin down, knocks down the 3. Devin Vassell knocks down the 3 and ties the game at 20. Larson with the ball. Up top to Jaquez. Left side to Drew Smith. Drew Smith on the drive. And another bad pass picked off by Castle. Castle down the lane and gets tripped up by Larson. Just predicting bad passes. Steph Castle playing the passing lanes. Heat already up to 4 turnovers. Substitutions coming in. Simone Fontecchio, the Italian, played with Detroit last year, checks in. And Nikola Jovic also checks in for the Miami Heat. They're going to review the play to see if it meets the criteria for a clear path foul. So another review this early in the game. This one initiated by the referees. So they're showing the replay here. I was wrong on the last play. I thought Steph Castle had got an offensive foul, but I was wrong. So I'm not even too sure what the resolution on this play will be. Score is 20-20. About 4:24 to go here in the first quarter. Spurs started off with the first basket of the game, and Miami has responded. Unfortunately, it's a common foul. They say Larson got in front of Steph Castle before the foul was committed, so just a common foul. So it'll be sideline out of bounds here for the Spurs. Vassell to inbound and almost gets stolen by Fontecchio. Gets it to Biyombo. Hands it off to Dylan Harper. Over to Vassell. Vassell drives left, spins back right. Good dig. Out to Harper. Over to Castle. Castle for 3. Short. Fight for the rebound. And Keldon Johnson gets it. Put back is off. Weir with the rebound. Over to Jaquez. He's been playing really well off the bench. Down the lane to Jovic. And misses the layup. Good defense by Biyombo to disrupt that. Vassell down the lane. And they call a blocking foul by Drew Smith. So 4th team foul by the Miami Heat. And Vassell will go to the line for 2 free throws. They said the Spurs haven't started 4-0 since 2017-2018. Vassell, first free throws up and good. They've never started in their history 5-0. Spurs retake the lead on the free throw. Second free throw is up for Vassell. And he misses. Oh, Weir misses the rebound, so they get another opportunity here. Biyombo with it. Up to Castle. Castle drives right. Castle into the paint, throws up the floater to Biyombo. Out to Keldon Johnson. He pump fakes. Jovic stays in front of him. He goes into the paint, throws up the hook shot, can't get it, and they call a foul on Jovic. So the Spurs making their way to the free throw line tonight. Yes, here they definitely got the 7'5" Monk out there. He's currently on the bench, but the Spurs back to the line here. Keldon Johnson at the line. First free throw is up, and he knocks it down. Oh, wrong team. Bam Adebayo will check back in. Kelly will go to the bench. Spurs are in the bonus, so they'll be shooting free throws the rest of this quarter. And Keldon Johnson knocks down the second free throw. So it's 23-20. Spurs on top. Hawkins with the ball quickly up the court. Hawkins attacks Biyombo, gets into the paint. Finds a cutting Drew Smith. Fakes the pass, goes up with the left, and scores. Drew Smith with the nice layup there. And it's 23-22. Wemby about to check back in at the next dead ball. Castle with the ball. Loses the ball on the crossover, and it goes out of bounds. Subs coming in. Castle will get his first rest of the game. Jordan McLaughlin checks in, as well as Victor Wembanyama. Asia does go to the games, but they're currently on the road. There's been people reporting that they see her at games. I know last year definitely. Oh, Bam gets around Wemby, goes reverse, and lays it in. What a move by Bam. Rips through, goes from the left side of the court, reverse layup on the right-hand side, eliminates the block contest, and it pays off. Heat retake the lead, 24-23. McLaughlin goes behind the back, guarded by Smith. Over to Vassell for three, off the front of the rim, fight for the rebound, gets tipped over to Bam. Bam crosses half court, goes over to Jovic. Jovic against the rookie Harper, spins out, throws it back to Bam. Left side to Fontecchio, gets fouled on the three. And Simone Fontecchio gets fouled on the three-point attempt by McLaughlin. The Italian stallion Fontecchio will go to the line for 3 free throws. Oh, snap. Whoops, my bad, y'all. I did see that the WNBA and the PA agreed to a 30-day extension. I guess that's good news, as Fontecchio hits the first free throw. I just got that alert on my phone. Fontecchio for the second free throw, and he rattles it in. I think they just said the Heat have about 4 or 5 players averaging double figures. And Fontecchio at the line for the third free throw, and he knocks down all 3. Oh, wrong team. Simone Fontecchio knocks down all 3. 27-23. Dylan Harper, the rookie, with the ball. He drives right, throws it out to Johnson. Johnson, corner 3 is off. Rebound to Drew Smith. Drew Smith at the controls here. Goes behind the back. Moves it over to Jovic. Lob down to Bam. Bam under the basket. Spins out. Left hand hook is good. Bam in the paint. Spins. Left hand hook. And he scores. It's 29-23. Heat on top. Bam up to 10 points here in the first quarter. Yeah, Fontecchio is Italian. I wonder what gave it away. The last name? Victor facing up on Bam. Attacks him left into the paint. Throws it over to Harper in the left corner for 3. And Harper, as Jovic fell down, Harper was wide open for 3. And he catches, and the Heat turn it over on the inbound. Keldon Johnson down the lane, and they score again. In quick succession there. Bad turnover leads to a quick 5-point. Jovic spins around Wemby, and they call an offensive foul by Jovic on that hook. Mads, what's going on? So Heat with 6 turnovers here in the first quarter. Ball and play here with the Spurs. Dylan Harper at the controls here. So we have Jovic with 2 fouls. Davion Mitchell with 2 fouls as well. Wemby on the attack gets bumped by Bam on the attack. And Wemby will go to the line for 2 free throws. Thanks, Mads. That's the squad. So Wemby at the line for his first free throws of the game. He's averaging 31 points per game, 13.8 rebounds on 60% shooting as he knocks down the first free throw to tie this game at 29. That's a good summary there, Sierra. Gave her a nice summary. Wemby at the line. Wemby for the second, and he knocks down the second. Spurs retake the lead, 30-29, approaching a minute to go here in the first quarter. Jaquez over to Jovic, finds Fontecchio, back out to Jovic. Jovic down the lane, goes up, switches, tries to get around Wemby. Wemby deters that shot. Rebound to Wemby over to Harper. Harper down the lane, goes up, left-hand lay is off. Bam with the rebound. Gets it over to Jaquez, over to Fontecchio. Fontecchio down the lane. Jump pass. He had Jovic in the corner. It's another turnover. That's the Wemby effect. Wemby deters that. McLaughlin for 3 and knocks down the 3. So the Heat are driving into the paint, but Wemby is there, and you don't want to shoot over Wemby if you have a better look. Bam for 3. It's short, and Wemby with the rebound. 33-29. Spurs on a 10-0 run here to close this first quarter out. Spurs slow it down with Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper over to Keldon Johnson. He tries to drive, almost loses the ball. Back out to Harper. Harper drives left. Shoots over Bam at the buzzer. And Jovic gets the rebound with 6 seconds to go. Jovic over to Fontecchio. Fontecchio finds a cutting Jaquez. Jaquez with the layup. And they get it over to Harper. Harper from half court. And that's how the quarter ran. So at the end of the first, Spurs 33, Heat 31. Had a shaky first quarter in terms of turnovers and fouls, but they closed just with a 2-point deficit. Yeah, Bam. He started off knocking down 2 threes from the corner. The threes as he's been off on have been from the top of the key, so he just needs to focus on those corner threes. All right, we're gonna take a look at the box score while we have some time here as we get ready for the second quarter. So 33-31 is the score. Spurs on top. Teams exchanged a number of runs in that first quarter. Spurs ended on a 10-2 run in that to end the first quarter. Right, for the Miami Heat, Andrew Wiggins, 4 points, 2 assists. Bam Adebayo leads all scorers on the Heat with 10 points on 2 made threes with 4 rebounds. Kel'el Ware with 4 rebounds. Davion Mitchell with 8 points, but does have 2 fouls. Pelle Larsson with 2 points. Off the bench, Fontecchio, 3 points on 3 made free throws. Jaime Jaquez Jr. with 2 points. That last basket we just saw. And Nikola Jovic yet to score. Drew Smith with 2. Heat with 7 total turnovers. They have to really take care of the basketball. But they are shooting 63% from the field and 57% from 3. So they're getting good looks and taking good shots. They're just turning the ball over. For the Spurs, you have Harrison Barnes with 3 points, Champagnie with 2, Wemby with 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Vassell with 7 to lead them in scoring and 5 from Steph Castle. He does have 2 steals as well. Off the bench, Keldon Johnson with 4, 3 from McLaughlin and Dylan Harper. They're shooting 45% from 3, 42% from the field, and they only have 3 turnovers. Right, so that is the box score for the first quarter. Looking at the Con Landing, what's going on? Salute. Yeah, Wemby does look unstoppable, man. Men's college basketball needs to go to 4 10-minute quarters instead of 2 20-minute halves. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the 20-minute halves, but we'll see. All right, second quarter getting ready to begin here with the Miami Heat. Actually, I've been to a game in San Antonio a number of years ago when it was still called the AT&T Center. That's the only arena. Well, I have been to Miami for a game as Fontecchio misses the jump shot. I've been to Miami for a game to watch the Heat, but the only other NBA arenas I've been to watch a game. Oh, as Harper knocks down the corner three, the same spot he hit from before. I went to watch a game there when I was in San Antonio on a work trip. Jovic down the lane, throws it out to Jaquez. Jaquez on the drive. Jaquez into the paint. Out to Drew Smith. Drew Smith curls into the lane, goes off the glass, and scores. Drew Smith with the layup. Mads, come on now. Yeah, when it was the AT&T Center, that must have been 20, probably 2017, 2018. Yeah, it was a while ago. That was my first time in Texas, to be honest with you. As Wemby misses the baseline jump shot, gets it over to Fontecchio, over to Jovic. Pump fakes the pass, now shoots the three, and misses. Wemby with the rebound. Wemby on the attack. Gets it over to Dylan Harper, top of the key. Harper, left side to Johnson, over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin drives baseline, jump past to Champagny. He pump fakes, now shoots the three. That hesitation threw his rhythm off. He misses. Drew Smith with the ball. Yeah, I went to the Alamo because I always heard about it. As Jovic misses the three and a foul on the floor. Ball stays with Miami there on the over the back. I literally went on one of those like Lime scooters, me and my coworker, and we just literally rode around. Went over to the big arena that's downtown San Antonio. Where they be having the rodeos and stuff. Saw the space and the little needle they got. The Alamo. I was like, this what the Alamo is? Yeah, that's what it's called, the Alamo Dome. Ball and play with the Heat. Sorry, as I'm chatting. The Heat almost turn it over, but Smith recovers it. Over to Bam. Bam for another three. And Bam knocks down another three. I think that's his 3-point celebration now. So Bam Adebayo, 3 for 5 from 3-point range. He has 13 points. Yeah, but San Antonio is not really an entertaining city. I went to the Riverwalk and all that. That's really all they got. Dylan Harper with the layup. Right hand layup for Dylan Harper. Gets it over to Fontecchio. Fontecchio, step back three. Oh, Simone Fontecchio knocks down the three. Simone cashes out. That's his first made field goal of the game. He's up to 6 points. Harper up top to Keldon Johnson. Yeah, I'm not a Texas connoisseur or expert. As Wemby has the ball, spins off Bam, goes up, left hand layup. It rolls off, fight for the rebound, and it trickles over to Bam. Bam over to Drew Smith. Drew Smith finds Pelle Larsson. Oh, he got nervous, and Wemby deterred it, but then it gets hit out of bounds and stays with the Heat. Yeah, I mean, I prefer Miami. I've been to the only place I've been to in Texas is San Antonio, and then I passed through Houston so I can get to Galveston to go on a cruise. But other than that, I haven't been Texas much. Pelle Larsson, left wing three, misses. Ball tipped out by Smith, but Harper has the rebound. Dylan Harper crosses half court, attacks, gets down the lane, throws it out to Champagny. No hesitation this time. He misses the three, though. Bam with the rebound. Bam hands it off to Drew Smith. Drew Smith, corner to Fontecchio. Another three. Simone knocks down the right corner three. Timeout Spurs. Back-to-back threes for Simone. And the Heat are up 42-38. The Heat off rebounds, off makes and misses. They're pushing in transition. 3-point shooters knocking down their shots. Mads, I am weak. The leaving Texas sign is crazy. I have a lot of family friends out in Houston. That's where a lot of people from New York have moved to. My lady has some family out there. She used to live out there when she left New York. She has family out in Houston. She was there during that whole Texas freeze, so she never lets me forget about that story. That was before we met, about how she had to endure the freeze. Yeah, Mads, I think the Heat may have something. They look good. They look way better than I thought to start the season. We were 0-6 in preseason. That left a sour taste in my mouth. Yeah, it turned her into a survivalist, so she got all these like rations and stuff. So she survived California with the fires, left California fires, went to Texas, dealt with the freeze, and then finally decided to come back home to New York. Salute to everybody in the chat, YouTube, Twitch gang. Appreciate you guys tuning in for some NBA action. On how many games did I say happened tonight? A four game slate tonight. Looks like Orlando is going to beat Charlotte. They're up 118 to 100. Oklahoma City's up 59 to 49 on the Wizards. Milwaukee's up at the half 60 to 58 on Golden State. And then we have this game. Yeah, Mads, I agree. All right, we're coming back. They have I'm watching the Heat broadcast on League Pass for this game. So that I prefer to listen to the Heat commentators. I'm just familiar with them. They're doing a little spot on Simone Fontecchio, his first year with the Miami Heat after being with the Detroit Pistons. He does play for the Italian national team. He is primarily a three-point shooter, but he does have other skills as well. Ball and play here with the Spurs out of that little spot as the Spurs have the ball. Sierra, that's funny. I get. Yeah, I guess she alright. She probably listening right now. As the Spurs miss a three. Gets it over to Drew Smith. Heat up 42-38. You turn this fan off. It's messing my sinuses up. Fontecchio out to Drew Smith. Drew Smith right to left crossover into the paint. Out to Hawkins for three, and they call a three in the key by the Spurs. Illegal defense there, so it'll be a one-shot technical foul for the Heat. The Heat are on an 11-2 run in the last 3 minutes here. Bam Adebayo at the line for free throws. I'm surprised he's shooting it. He's not the best free throw shooter on the team. I thought Fontecchio would shoot it, but Bam at the line. As I say that, he misses the free throw. And Wemby will go to the bench, and Biyombo will come back in. Drew Smith will go out. Davion Mitchell with his 2 fouls will come back in. Oh, Davion almost lost the ball. Nowhere to go with it. Gets it over to Bam with 6 on the shot clock. Bam over to Larson. Pump fakes for 3. Larson into the paint. Out to Bam. Bam right corner 3 this time. And it's all fight for the rebound. And Vassell skies for it. Gets it over to Castle. Castle with the ball. Over to Biyombo. Top of the key. Not a 3-point shooter. He hands it off to Harper. Left side to Castle. Back up top to Harper. Harper crosses over into the paint, goes up with the left, and lays it in. Good move there by Dylan Harper, the rookie. And it's a 2-point game, 42-40. Larson gets left wide open for 3, and Pelle Larson knocks down the right wing 3. Spurs don't get back in transition, and he knocks it down. The second-year player out of, I think he was at Arizona University. Ball and play here with the Spurs. Gets it over to Castle attacks Fontecchio, goes up, throws up the floater, gets fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Foul on Fontecchio. He had his hands in the cookie jar there. And Castle draws the foul. First foul committed by the Heat in the second, so they stopped fouling as much here as opposed to the first quarter. Yeah, Mads, they did. To be completely honest, I'm not the most familiar with college basketball besides the big names when they talk about them, or the generational type players. When I was at NBC Sports my last gig, we did a lot of those games on Peacock, so I got familiar with the Big Ten games because that's what we covered. So I got to see a lot of Rutgers and Michigan and them places. As Steph Castle misses the first, makes the second, it's 45-41. Mitchell, oh, the ball goes out of Weir's hands, but Wiggins saves it over to Larson, to Fontecchio. Weir in the right corner for 3, and it's off. Ball gets tipped out by Fontecchio, and ball back to the Spurs. Ball in play here with the Spurs. Down 4. Oh, it's 45-41, excuse me. I have the wrong score here. I keep adding it to the Heat and not the Spurs, and vice versa. 45-41 is the score. Davion Mitchell guarded. Oh, they throw it out to Vassell. Vassell steps in for a midi. I said a medium, and he knocks down the midi. Ron, salute for the sub. Appreciate you. It's 45-43. Heat up 2. Where are they going to go for offense? Wiggins attacks the rookie Harper. Puts him in the post on the right side of the paint. Jump pass over to Kel'el Weir. Left corner 3 for Kel'el, and he misses. He missed from the right side and now misses from the left. Castle quickly up the other way over to Vassell. Transition 3, and it's an air ball and out of bounds. For those in the Miami area, when the Heat win, you get 50% off Papa John's. As Keldon Johnson taking off his knee wrap, and he didn't get it taken off in time, so he can't sub in until the next dead ball for the Spurs. Excuse me. Ball in play here with the Heat. Davion Mitchell gets it over to Weir. Weir over to Fontecchio. Left corner 3, rolls in, out, and in again. Simone Fontecchio. That's his third 3 of the game, and the Heat are up 48-43. He's up to 12 points. Dylan Harper step back, and off the back rim, Weir with the rebound. Davion Mitchell with 2 fouls at the controls over to Wiggins. Wiggins back up to Davion. Right side to Weir. Weir back up top to Davion. Davion crossover. Almost gets it stolen. Does get it stolen. Steph Castle, the reigning rookie of the year, gets a poke away. And he is up to 3 steals already. Castle with the ball. Sweeps through, throws up the floater, and draws a foul. That foul's on Davion. That's his third, I think. Oh, that's on Weir, they call it. Good. That would have been 3 on Davion. Steph Castle really good at that James Harden type move when James used to put the ball down and swipe up to draw the foul on you. So Steph Castle going back to the line for 2 free throws. Steph Castle out of UConn, drafted to the Spurs last season, and won Rookie of the Year. And he misses the first. Mad said everyone is also trying to figure out their over the OTP services, how to get their content there with good returns. Yeah, it's totally different. Totally different now. I know the consumer is upset, but the business is booming in these sports leagues as Castle knocks down the second. 48-44 is the score. Wiggins gets it over to Fontecchio. They guard him tight now. They know he's a 3-point sniper. Wiggins with Keldon Johnson on. Right to left crossover. Step back for a long 2. Can't get it. Ball goes off of Castle and out of bounds. Heat get another possession. The Heat, they have to run because their half-court offense isn't the greatest. They don't have a guy you can just say, go get me a basket. So they have to work on the power of friendship to to generate offense. Ball over to Fontecchio. Fontecchio drives. Jump pass over to Wiggins, over to Larson. Larson for three, and off the front rim. Fight for the rebound. Weir almost gets it, but it tips it over to Wemby. Wemby dribbling up the court in transition. Wemby drives right, shoots the floater, and rattles it in. Didn't even see the defender. He's so tall. 8 points for Vic, and it's a 2-point game. Davion Mitchell, jump pass over to Fontecchio. High arcing three. Wiggins with the rebound. Steps away. Nobody steps out to him. He shoots the right baseline jumper and knocks it down. Wiggins up to 6 points here. Wemby with the ball, guarded by Ware, and they call a foul there by Pelle Larsson. They're showing the replay. Fontecchio shoots a contested three. It misses everything, but Wiggins is there. Ball falls right in his hand. He takes one dribble out, shoots the fall away baseline jumper. Let it go. Wemby with the ball, guarded by Davion. This is a size advantage. Wemby has to get it up. Shot clock expiring. Barnes shoots it at the buzzer, but it misses. Wiggins with the rebound. Wig crosses half court, looks to attack Castle, spins out, throws it out to Jaquez. So Davion right side to Larson. Larson drives. That's a reach in by Vassell. They say the foul is on the floor. He did make the basket, but foul is on the floor. Yeah, me too. I didn't watch a lot of him in Detroit, but he's been a really good addition so far for the Heat and what they're trying to do this season. Mitchell gets it over to Wig. Wig stops at the foul line. Fall away from the foul line. Wig knocks it down. Andrew Wiggins. 6-point lead for the Heat, 52-46. Castle, right side to Wemby at the 3-point line, guarded by Ware. Hand off to Vassell, coming off the screen, jump pass to Castle. Castle, dead-eye three, off the back rim, over to Jaquez. Jaquez crosses half court here. Gets it over to Wig. Wig, transition three, off the back rim. Wemby, one hand, snatches it out the ear. And now Vassell in transition pulls up for three and knocks it down. So you take an ill-advised three on one end. Vassell comes back the other way and knocks it down. He's up to 12 points. Jaquez down the lane, jump pass to Ware. Over to Larson. Hook pass over to Wig. Wig guarding Wemby. Go to the body of Wemby and scores. Wig up and under. Went right into Wemby's chest. He's a little frail still. And scores with the right hand. Wig up to 10 points here. Wemby trying to get some get back on Weir. Goes up. Gets blocked by Weir. And rebound by Larson. Larson with the ball. Larson go over to Davion. Davion down the lane. Reverse layup. And it misses. Over to Wemby. Castle on the attack. Castle attacks. Goes up. Jump pass over to Barnes. Left corner three. Wide open. And he misses. Thank God. Jaquez over to Davion. This pace is up and down. Players can't even keep up. Spo telling his team, let's go. Let's get into action here. Wiggins in the right corner, guarded by Wemby, and gets tripped up by Wemby. That's 2 fouls on Wemby. We finally have a stoppage in play. Looks like this pace is sort of getting to everybody. Time to take a breath. It's getting to me too. I need a sip of water. 54-49. They showing the replay. Wig right into Wemby's chest. Steps through, goes with the right, and lays it in. Andiamo is let's go in Italian. I got to find a way to work that into my vocabulary. You got to make it sound natural. Let's take a look at the box score while we have some time right now. Score is 54-49. To salute to everyone joining on the YouTube. Salute the Twitch gang. 54-49 is the score. Heat up, outscoring the Spurs 23-16 in this quarter. You can see the box score here on the screen. Wiggins with 10 points. 13 for Adebayo on 3 made threes. Ware yet to score, but does have 5 rebounds. Just had a block on Wemby as well. Davion Mitchell with 8. Pelle Larsson with 5. Off the bench, Fontecchio with 12 points. He's 3 for 4 from 3. Jaquez with 2. Drew Smith with 4. Heat still shooting above 50% for the game. 52.5%. 45% from 3. For the Spurs, Barnes with 3, 2 for Champagny, 8 for Wemby with 8 rebounds. And he does have 2 fouls now. Vassell with 12 to lead them in scoring. Steph Castle with 7. He's doing all 7 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and a block for Steph Castle, the reigning rookie of the year. Off the bench, Johnson with 4, Keldon Johnson, that is, 3 for McLaughlin, and Dylan Harper, the rookie out of Rutgers, with 10 points. All right. These San Antonio dancers don't got no swag, man. The hype squad is not it. I'm sorry. It's not it, folks. Right, still in a timeout here. Still in a timeout. We're in the second quarter here. 2:19 to go. All right, let me come back to our screen here. 2:19, excuse me, to go here in the second quarter. Heat are on top. We're just coming back from the commercial break. Conlan said the Spurs need Ellie. They got that coyote. I forgot. Michael, salute. Got a Heat fan in the chat. Go Heat. Salute. I've been a Heat fan. Damn. Since D Wade came in the league, 03. Even when he left, we ignore those years when he left. Those years are just erased from my memory. But I've been a Heat fan ever since. So I've seen 3 championships in my life. Vassell, for infection control here, looks like he's bleeding on his hand a bit. So we have to wait a little bit before we continue. Oh, we got more Heat fans here. Salute. Whoops, wrong thing. Tyson, salute. Mads, we ignored 2011 as well. I erased that year from my mind. 2014, there's nothing I could do about 2014. The Spurs just got their get back on us. That's funny. The finals we lost in that era were just get backs from the times we beat them. We beat Dallas in 06. They beat us in 11. We beat the Spurs in 13. They beat us in 14. A ball in play here with the Heat. Davion Mitchell gets it over to Bam. Bam shoots the floater over Wemby and scores. Wemby didn't even get to contest. Bam shot it so fast. And Bam smiling to the bench. Bam with 15 points, 6 rebounds, 56-49. Biggest lead of the first half for the Heat. You got Steph Castle, corner to Dylan Harper. Wemby spins, throws up a floater, and gets fouled there by Jaquez. That's not the matchup you want down there. You got a 6'6" Jaquez guarding a 7'5" Wemby. That's barbecue chicken all the time for Wemby. So Wemby at the line for 2 free throws. Score on stream is off. Oh, I'm about to say, scared me a bit. Wemby at the line for 2 free throws. Wemby first free throw is up and good. Con Landing with the facts as always. Braun made his regular. Wemby at the line, taking forever to shoot these free throws though. Wemby second one is up and he cashes out. 56-51, 5-point game. Heat try to quickly get it up court. Bam almost turns it over, gets poked out by Dylan Harper. 1:50 to go here in the second quarter. 1-5-0. Heat up 5, 56-51. Ball into Davion Mitchell. Let me slow my clock down to get on top. Wiggins with it. Guarded by Vassell. Comes off the screen going right. Wiggins out to Bam. Bam shoots another 3. This one off the front rim. And Castle skies for the rebound. Castle goes over to Vassell. He pump fakes in the left corner down the lane. Throws up a high lob to Wemby. The ball was damn near over the backboard Oh, as high as the backboard, and Wemby skies and throws it down. Hawkes down the lane. They call a blocking foul on the floor. Hawkes gets fouled on the left side drive. I thought it was a bad floater from Vassell, but he intentionally lobs that up. And Wemby skies for it and throws it down. Yeah, Bam, there's no way. Bam could have, or Wiggins could have got a foul on that for the slap on his forearm. Davion Mitchell with it over to Bam. Bam attacks Wemby, gets bumped, throws it up, and now Bam is. It was a collision there. Bam limping a little bit as the Spurs come down the floor. Harper down the lane and lays it in over Davion. Wants to avoid that third foul, and it's a 1-point game, just like in the first quarter. Spurs closing the second on a run here. Hawkes over to Mitchell. Mitchell attacks Harper. Out to Hawkes. Hawkes down the lane. Into the paint. Nowhere to go. High pass over to Bam. Bam on the drive. Oh, it dunks on Wemby's head. Oh, my God. Bam Adebayo. Oh, my days. Bam Adebayo. And then Wemby gets the pass on the other end and lightly dunks it back in. Bam just boomed on Wemby. Bam in the paint against Champagny. They throw a double out. It gets deflected out to Hawkes. Over to Wiggins for three. Off the rim. Off the ball. Off Bam's hands and out of bounds. Oh my goodness. Bam Adebayo. He just cocked it back and boomed on Wemby. Oh my days. Wow, Bam. I see you, Bam. Bam backing up some talk here. I know people ask, I think the media asked him about Wemby, and he was like, I think you guys are more amazed at his height than the players are. And a lot of people try to say he was hating or whatever. But listen, man, my man Bam. Oh, that's a foul on Bam on the reach, and Castle did the same move again. And the Heat are over the limit, so Castle will go to the line for free throws. Bam with 17 points here in the first half. So Steph Castle continuing to get to the line. Nah, don't disrespect Bam like that. This man Zion over here moving mad off the court. No, don't compare my son Bam to Zion. My son Bam be playing games. Zion already out 2 games into the season. We have some subs on the court. As the first free throw was made. Oh, I added it to the wrong team. My bad. 58 all. Steph Castle at the line for the second free throw. Castle second free throw is up, and the Spurs retake the lead, 59-58. Hawkes with the ball. Hawkes with 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Hawkes from the foul line off the back rim, and that's how the quarter ends. So the Spurs go on a run to end the second quarter again, and they take a 1-point lead into halftime, 59-58 at the half. We ended the half with a nice highlight there by Bam Adebayo. Cocked it back and boomed on Wemby's head. But 10-2 run by the Spurs after they finished the first quarter on like a 12-2 run. So Heat have to do a better job of closing the quarters. But let's get ready for halftime. Halftime is 15 minutes. Let's get it started. I'm going to get things ready for the third quarter. All right. So third quarter is ready. All right. Let's take a look at the box score, and then we'll take a look at the other games on the NBA schedule tonight. 59-58 at the half. Heat outscored the Spurs 27-26 in the quarter. They have a 1-point deficit at half. For Miami, you got Andrew Wiggins with 10 points. Bam with a game-high 17 points and 6 rebounds. He's made 3 threes. He's taken 7 threes tonight. Kello Ware, no points, but does have 5 rebounds. Davion Mitchell played that whole first half with 2 fouls, 2 early fouls. Couldn't be as aggressive on defense as he wanted to. He has 8. You got Pella Larson with 5. Fontecchio with 12 points, 2 for Jaime Jaquez Jr., and 4 for Drew Smith. He shooting 50% from the field, 40% from 3, and 50% from the line. They've only taken... How many free throws have they taken? Where is it? Oh, right beside it. 3. It's only 6 free throws, and they've made 3. For San Antonio, you have Harrison Barnes with 3, 2 for Champagny. Victor Wembanyama, with 14 points and 9 rebounds, 1 away from a double-double. Does have, and he just got dunked on as well. Vassell with 12 and Steph Casa with 9. He's been to the line 7 times, have made 5 of them. Keldon Johnson with 4, 3 for McLaughlin, and 12 for Dylan Harper, the rookie off the bench. They're shooting 43.5% from the field, 33% from 3, and they're 12 for 15 from the line. So they've been to the line 15 times. Miami's only been there 6. They're being the aggressors in the paint. In terms of turnovers, they still only have 3 turnovers. The Heat have 8 as a team, so they have to clean that up. Take a look at the team stats. I like to look at the points conceded off turnovers. Miami has 8 turnovers, has given up 11 points off of those 8 turnovers. The Spurs with 3, they've only given up 4 points off of those. Points in the paint is tied at 24 apiece. The Spurs have 11 fast break points to 6 for the Heat. Rebounding is equal at 23. The major difference is the fouls. They've taken 9 more foul shots than the Heat. And that's the major difference here. Looking at the comments here, Zion has been such a flop. He's so frustrating. Yeah. Conline said you're getting a lot of, yeah. We're getting a lot of, it rained all day today. I think it's the remnants from Hurricane Melissa that was passing through the Caribbean. The remnants as it's making its way northward off the coast. I think all those heavy winds have made its way over here, and it rained literally all day. I think it's finally calmed down. So thankfully it has. Prayers to all those people in Jamaica. My girlfriend's family is from Jamaica. Thankfully, her family is okay in the capital, but I know in the tourist areas in Montego Bay and them areas, a lot of people were affected heavily. So prayers go out to them. Hopefully, if you have any family out there, you're able to get in contact. I know it passed through Cuba, and it was passing by Bermuda as well. So hopefully anybody who was affected, you were able to get in contact with your family out there. All right, enough somberness. Let's get to the game that has gone final between the Orlando Magic and the Hornets. The Magic won their first game of the season against my Miami Heat, and they lost 4 straight, after that. And now they win tonight. They moved to 2-4 on the season. They beat the Hornets 123-107. Paolo Banchero finishes with 20 points and 9 rebounds and 9 assists. Almost a triple-double for him. Franz Wagner with 21. Wendell Carter with 18 and 20 for Anthony Black. Off the bench, Tristan Da Silva with 19 to lead them in scoring off the bench. For the Hornets, Miles Bridges with 16. Kalkbrenner with 17.7 rebounds. LaMelo Ball with 17 points and 13 assists with 7 rebounds. Zion James with 8. And Concanupple with 5. Off the bench, Diabate with 10. 19 for Colin Sexton. So the Orlando Magic moved to 2-4. The Hornets dropped to 2-3. Let's take a look at this other game here between the Wizards and the Thunder. It's actually a pretty close game. Wizards hanging tough against the defending champion Thunder, 83-81. Let's take a look at the box score. You got, for the Wizards, Chris Middleton with 4 points, 12 for Keyshawn George. Alex Sarr, the Frenchman, with 5 points and 7 boards. CJ McCollum with 16, and Bilal Coulibaly with 16 points and 8 rebounds. Off the bench, Marvin Bagley with 5. Kispert with 8. 7 for Cam Whitmore. I'm sorry, I just got distracted by these people dancing. If you're watching on League Pass, they're showing the Spurs dance routine. I don't know, these girls look like high school or middle school girls. Their rhythm is just not it. It was middle school, so I got to give them some slack. How many people had a rhythm in middle school? All right. Anyways, Oklahoma City Thunder got Isaiah Hartenstein with 10 and 5 rebounds. The MVP, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, with another 30 piece, 31 points, 6 assists. Lou Dort with 7 points and 6 rebounds. Aaron Wiggins with 6. Casey Wallace with 10. Off the bench, Isaiah Joe, first game of the season, I think. He has 14 and 8. AJ Mitchell with 11 off the bench. So Thunder looking to go 6-0 and remain undefeated. Wizards trying to get their second win. All right, let's go to the next game here. Between Golden State and the Milwaukee Bucks. That was the game that's on NBA TV if you wanted to watch it. Bucks are currently up without Giannis, 81-79 on the Golden State Warriors. Both teams with just one loss. Let's take a look at the box score, excuse me. So for the Golden State Warriors, Jimmy Butler the third with 14.7 rebounds. Draymond with 7 points, 6 assists. Kuminga with 20. None for Quentin Post. And Steph Curry with 21 points on 3 made threes. Off the bench, nobody really doing anything spectacular. You got 7 for Brandon Pajemski, 5 for the rookie Will Richard out of Florida, I believe. For the Bucks, you got Kuzma with 8 points and 6 rebounds. Miles Turner with 12. Gary Trent with 10. AJ Green with 4. And Ryan Rollins with 17 to lead them in scoring. Off the bench, Taurean Prince with 8. Bobby Portis with 10. And Cole Anthony with 12. All right, did I miss anything? No, I think I touched on all the games. Those are all the games that are happening tonight. We'll go back here for now. Let's take a look at the season standings so far. Season standings on your screen. Let me just refresh, make sure it's as up to date as possible. So in the Eastern Conference, the Chicago Bulls surprisingly lead the way at 4-0. Philly also at 4-0, tied for first place. Miami right behind them with 3-1. Milwaukee with 3-1. Cleveland with 3-2, and Detroit with 3-2. Yeah, man, it's Trent definitely gonna shoot that thing. Trent definitely gonna shoot. So for those who are new to the NBA, seeds 1 through 6 automatically make the playoffs. 7, 8, 9, and 10 play in the newly created play-in tournament that started 2 seasons ago. So the 7 seed plays the 10 seed, and the 8 seed plays the 9 seed. And it's a winner take all. So if the 7 seed wins, they move on to. Well, actually, I think it's 7 plays 8 and 9 plays 10, if I remember correctly. Sorry, I said that wrong. 7 plays 8 and 9 plays 10. The winner of 9-10 moves on to play the loser of 7 versus 8. I got that correct now. So New York would play Atlanta, and Charlotte would play Boston. Whoever wins out of New York, Atlanta is the 7th seed. Whoever loses has to face the winner of the Hornets and Boston, and whoever wins that will be the 8th seed. So that's what that section is for, excuse me. Going down to the Western Conference, OKC currently with a 5-0 record. San Antonio at 4-0 to be undefeated with them. Golden State 4-1, Denver 3-1, Portland surprisingly at 3-2 with their coach being arrested and all that, and Memphis at 3-2. LA, Utah, Clippers, and Rockets fill out 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then we have those teams there at the bottom. Kyle Landing, I don't think the W will do play-in tournament. 2 little teams are already at the moment more than half the teams in the league make the playoffs. So, with only 15 teams, it makes no sense to do a play-in tournament. I hope they keep the 1 through 8 regardless of conference. I hope they bring back conferences, but only use it for like they use it for the in-season tournament and for scheduling purposes. I hope they just keep the 1 through The 1 through 8, regardless of conference. Good question there. Let's take a look if it did happen to be 1 through 16, regardless of conference. This is what it would look like in the NBA right now. So OKC, of course, would be the 1 seed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the Clippers is where the 16th seed would be. So if they did 1 through 16, regardless of conference, that's how it would pan out in the NBA. So it would be interesting in the NBA, but they'd never do it because it would defeat the purpose of the conferences if they did it that way, because they have the people getting Eastern Conference Finals MVPs and all these awards and stuff. So I think it would affect it that way. So I don't think the NBA would ever do it, but I hope the W does stick with it. But that's the standings right now. And while we have some time, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. So these are the games that are going on right now and that have gone final. If we look at tomorrow's schedule, as you can see, it says Emirates NBA Cup. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 games tomorrow. So 16 teams play tomorrow. 16 teams play tomorrow. Boston and Philly, Atlanta, Indiana, Toronto, Cleveland, New York, Chicago, LA, Memphis, Denver, Portland, Utah, Phoenix, and New Orleans Clippers. The games that will be on Amazon are the Boston Philly game will be on Prime Video tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then LA Memphis will close out the second game at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. The rest of the games will be on League Pass. If we go on to Saturday, we have a 6-game slate. Sacramento, Milwaukee. You got Minnesota, Charlotte, Orlando, Washington, Golden State, Indiana, Houston, Boston, and Dallas, Detroit. That Saturday game is on Peacock, apparently, for Dallas and Detroit. And then if we look at Sunday, another big slate on Sunday. We got about 8 games on Sunday. My Heat play the LA Lakers at 9:30 p.m. And then we have a couple games that look like they're on League Pass for the most part. Yep. All the games on Sunday are on League Pass. It doesn't look like there are any nationally televised games on Sunday. So that's the upcoming schedule in the NBA. Check out NBA.com for the most up-to-date schedule and things of that nature. Right, looks like the broadcast is coming back. I'm glad we were able to get through all the things we needed to get through before the third quarter started. They're showing a nice Wemby highlight package of his points in the first quarter. The 2 players I had on the thumbnail, Bam and Wemby, are the 2 players they have highlighted here. 17 and 6 in the first half for Bam. 14 and 9 in the first half for Victor Wembanyama. Okay, halftime is ending now. Salute to everybody hanging around. Make sure you leave a like on the stream. Subscribe if you're new here. Follow on the Twitch. We were primarily a WNBA channel, but I've branched out to do some NBA as well, time permitting, and I'm glad you guys are along for the ride. Heat start off the third with the ball. Wiggins with the ball, goes to the left and gets blocked by Vassell out of bounds on the jumper from the left baseline. 11 on the shot clock for the Heat. Okay, Heat to inbound under their basket. Get to the Wig. Wig comes off the screen, pump fakes, tries to go back to the same move. Wig in the post against Vassell, goes in and finger rolls it in. Wig said, block me once, shame on me. Block me twice, shame on you. I mean, I know I butchered that, but you know what I'm trying to say. Wig finishes, Heat retake the lead. Ball up top to Vassell. Gets it over the right side of Castle, guarded by Davion. He jabs left, dribbling left. Castle with the ball. Castle drives left, spins back right, shoots the foul line, jumps. Oh, he fakes the jump shot, goes corner to Vassell for the 3, and Ware snags the rebound over to Davion. Davion picks up his dribble, Goes cross court to Wiggins. Wiggins attacks Champagnie. Right to left crossover down the lane. Jump past to Bam. Corner to Weir. Up top to Pella Larson. Parson over to Bam. Bam on the drive. Bam. Foul line jump shot is up and short. Wemby with the double-double grabs the rebound now. 14 and 10. Vassell comes off the screen. They get the switch they want. Vassell gets it over to Wemby. Guarded by Wig. In the post. Goes across the lane. Shoots the fall away and doesn't even see Wiggins. Knocks down the fall away jump shot. If 7-5 is jumping up, there's no chance of you blocking it. Davion crossover into the pull-up on Castle. Off the rim twice and misses. Rebound to Barnes. Barnes over to Wemby. Wemby on the quick attack. Almost loses the ball. Now guarded by Davion. They clear out. They send a late double. Wemby's double gets it over to Champagnie. Over to Castle, who fakes the pass. Skips through the lane. Out to Barnes. Barnes over to Wemby. Wemby, corner three. Drops it off to Castle. Castle throws up the floater and scores. Great ball movement there by the Spurs. Everybody touched the ball there. Had the Heat scrambling. And it finishes with a floater in the paint. Mitchell over to Parson. Larson. Bam. They send a double over to Bam. Out to Larson. And Larson with a bad pass. Castle picks the pocket. Goes up. Layup is up. And good. For Steph Castle, that's his 4th steal of the game. He, with some lazy passes. Larson with a lazy one there. Castle just picks it off. 5-point game. Bam. Down the lane. Hook shot. Short. Gets tipped away and over to Castle. Castle goes over to Vassell in the corner if he makes it. So, but it falls right to Champagnie's hands. Now, Wemby with the pump fake goes behind the back. Step back three. And it's way off. Rebound to Bam. See if the Heat can put the ball in the basket now. Oh, yes. Thank you for the reminder. And the Heat turned the ball over again. I'm going to end this poll now. 51% say Heat as we get back in play here. Castle into the paint, throws up the high pass to Wemby, and they call a foul on the floor by Bam, holding Wemby down there. So in that poll, 51% said Heat, 49% said San Antonio Spurs. So let's see who comes out on top in the end. Ball in play to Steph Castle. Steph Castle in the post against Davion Mitchell. Into the paint, jump pass over to Champagnie. Champagnie goes up, tries to go glass, rolls out, and Weir with the rebound. Mitchell over to Larson. Larson into the paint, takes the contact, tries to go glass, and doesn't get it. Wemby, another rebound. Heat struggling to score here in this first couple minutes of the third quarter. Wemby pump fakes for three, throws it over to Castle in the right corner, finds Wemby. Wemby goes up and shoots it over Bam and scores. So it's 67-60. Heat only have 2 points here in this third quarter. Wiggins with the ball. He's the one who scored. Wiggins crossover on Vassell. Spins into the paint. Jump pass out to Davion. Davion, top of the key three, and it's off. And Coach Mitch Johnson telling his team to run. Vassell with the ball. Crossover, Vassell into the paint. Out to Barnes. Barnes pump fakes for three. Barnes goes up, steps through, gets blocked by Weir. And Davion saves it, but he goes out of bounds. So Heat struggling to score here. So it is Spurs basketball after they couldn't secure the rebound. Under the basket, Steph Castle the inbound. Gets it over to Vassell. Shoots the left baseline jump shot, scores, and Spo finally calls a timeout. Heat being outscored 10-2 here in the third quarter, 69-60. Largest lead of the game for the San Antonio Spurs as the Heat call a timeout. Well, don't tell me the third quarters have returned for the Heat. That was a Achilles heel of the Heat. And for years, we call them the third quarters. It's funny, both my teams, the Liberty and the Heat, tend to have some terrible third quarters. But let's see what Spo can cook up out of this timeout. They say over here singing San Antonio infused Backstreet Boys version. They said go Spurs go tonight or something like that instead of Backstreet's back. Oh, now he's singing Spanish. They got trumpets out. It's like a mariachi band and stuff. This is interesting. Salute to everybody still hanging around on the YouTube, on the Twitch. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new here. We do these watch-alongs we will be doing these watch-alongs all season long. Yeah, I'm just like that Heat fan in the back with the 33 jersey on. This man was yawning. That's what I feel about this performance. Man had the Zode. There was 33. Alonzo, I think, is 33. Yep, Zoe. Was coughed up a lung right there. Jeez. Yeah, Weir and Larson, the spacing was off. Yeah, it's just ISO ball. All right, we're coming back out of this timeout now. Let's see what the Heat can do. They've been struggling here. Out of the last 7 possessions, they said it was 5 missed shots and 2 turnovers for the Heat. Let's see if they can improve here. Davion gets into the paint, out to Bam. Left side to Larson, pump fakes for 3. Back up top to Bam. Bam finds Wiggins. Wiggins on the attack. Wiggins on the baseline. Steps through, throws up the floater, and scores. So Wiggins has all 4 points here for the Miami Heat in this quarter. 69-62. Now they have to lock up on the other end here. Steph Castle with the ball. Crosses half court. Screen comes out to him. It's just a ghost screen. He doesn't actually do the screen. Wemby for 3 over Bam. Off the back rim. Bounces to Bam at the 3-point line. Bam crumbs across half court. Over to Wiggins. He's been the scorer this quarter. Wiggins bumps off Champagnie. Throws up the floater. He's saying he got hit on the elbow, but it's a missed shot out of bounds. Steph Castle with the ball. They set a screen on both sides. Steph Castle goes right over to Champagnie. Back to Castle. Castle fakes the 3. Down in the post to Wemby. Excuse me. Wemby in the post. Right side of the goal. Gets poked away. And Larson picks up the loose ball. Larson on the run. Slows it down. Over to Davion. Back up to Larson. Over to Wig. Wig. Left wing 3. And Wig has all 7 points here in the quarter. 69-65. Crossover by Castle. Looking for Wemby. Throws up the lob and gets pushed by Davion. They say it's on the floor. Davion had no chance of interrupting that lob besides what he just did. Subs happening. Dylan Harper and Keldon Johnson check in for the Spurs. 3 fouls on Davion Mitchell. Ball into Wemby, goes across the paint, fall away jump shot from the middle of the floor and misses. Rebound to Jaquez. Jaquez with the ball, dribbles right, in and out dribble, gets into the paint, dribbles back out, throws it out to Davion. Davion with the ball. Oh, nice pity pat crossover, corner to Bam for 3, pay it off. Oh, he doesn't. That would have been a nice highlight for Davion. Hit him with a nice Timmy crossover there. Gets it over to Keldon Johnson. Johnson down to Wemby against Wiggins. Quick spin off, and he bounces it off his big feet. And he knew that would have been an easy basket for him, too. He tried to spin quickly and bounces right off the inside of his foot. Those size 40s or whatever he got on. Biyombo looking to check in now at the next break. This man putting lotion on his hands? I don't think you would put lotion on your hands when you about to shoot hoops. Davion, another crossover on the rookie. Bounces off Harper. Floater is up. Can't get it to drop. Rolls right off. Wemby with another rebound. Harper gets it over to Wemby. Wemby left side of the court. Drop off past to Castle. Castle drives left. Crossover into the paint. Snakes around. Double clutches. Can't get it. Rebound bounces off and goes off the Heat. Oh, they call a foul on the Spurs before that. Foul on Wemby. That's 3 on Wemby there. 18 points, 3 fouls. He's going to go to the bench. I don't see nothing there on Wemby, to be completely honest. I didn't really see, unless I just misunderstood where the foul was called, but I didn't see nothing. Hawkes over to Wiggins. The Spurs in the zone here. Bam, jab step on Biyombo. Gets in the paint, pump fakes, draws the foul on Biyombo, and he'll go to the line. Bam, using Biyombo's intention to block against him. Pump fakes, gets Biyombo off the ground, and will go to the line for 2 free throws. So Bam, let's see if he can knock down these free throws. He missed the technical on the 3-second violation earlier. Let's see if he can knock these down. Bam, first free throw is up and good for Bam Adebayo. His first points of the second half. He's still the leading scorer in the game. And he knocks down the second. So he knocks down both free throws. Makes it a 2-point game here. 69-67. Ball in play here with the Spurs. Dylan Harper with the ball. Harper with the ball. Drives by, gets it over to Vassell. Vassell, corner 3, and knocks it down. Cannot back off Vassell. That's what he wants to do. He wants to shoot that 3. Hits the right corner 3. Over to Bam. Bam on the quick attack. Out to Wiggins. Wiggins pump fakes. Goes in the post against Dylan Harper on the left side of the court. Out to Bam. Bam. Top of the key 3 on the response. Can't get it. Fight for the rebound. It falls to Wiggins. Wiggins goes up and lays it in. That second jump off the rebound. He gets it and lays it in. It's been Wiggins' quarter keeping the Heat in this game. 72-69. Harper with the ball. Guarded by Larson. Crossover, spins. Throws it out to Vassell again. Vassell top of the key 3 this time. It's short. Over to Larson. Pella Larson crosses half court. Picks up his dribble. Nowhere to go. Goes over to Hawkes. Hawkes drives out the left corner. Throws it out to Bam. Bam on the drive. Bam throws up the floater off balance. And Castle skies for the rebound. Castle with it. Quickly across the court. Goes right baseline. Fall away jump shot is good. He walks right into that one easily. 74-69. Steph Castle up to 18 points. Davion over to Bam. Bam with the ball. He dribbles left by the foul line and gets run over there by Steph Castle. Third foul on Steph Castle. It's really been Wiggins' quarter. The Italian stallion Fontecchio checks in. Bam, Wiggins, and Pella Larson all go to the bench. Wemby comes back in. Weir is on the floor here to match up with him. Run my clock down a bit. There's 3:29 to go here. Ball in play here with Jovic. Jovic with the ball. Goes over to Kalau. Kalau for 3. Off the front rim. Oh, Fontecchio gets the ball on that offensive rebound. Over to Davion for 3. Davion off the front rim, off the backboard and in. We needed that one. Davion knocks down the 3. And it's a 2-point game now. 74-72. Now Davion into double figures. Ball over to Wemby. Wemby hand off to Harper. Corner to Vassell. Pump fakes. Back up top to Harper. Harper off the screen. One hand lob to Wemby. He just taps it in off the glass with the left hand. This guy he's just a different animal. Just Mr. Fantastic over here. Davion Mitchell with the ball out to Kalel. Can he hit a three this time? Off the back rim. Kalel just can't buy a three in this one. He's 0 for 4 from three. McLaughlin with the ball attacks. Gets it to Wemby. Throws it back out to McLaughlin. Down to Johnson in the paint. Wide open under the basket. Nobody guarding him. He lays it in. 78-72 over to Jovic. Jovic drives on Harper. Tries to step through and gets blocked there by Wemby out of bounds. All right, we have a timeout here on the floor. He got it back within 2. And then the Spurs pushed it back to 6. Dylan Harper driving right, just throws a one right-hand scoop up to Wemby, who just taps it in off the glass with his left hand while he's rolling to the basket. This guy's just a freak of nature, man. It's scary to watch. And he's only 21 years old as we go to commercial. What's up, Miracle? Go Spurs, go. Thanks for the live. Of course, Miracle. Thanks for always tuning in when you can. I don't agree with Go Spurs, go, but you know how that go. All right, let's take a quick look at the box score while we have some time. It's this. Let's see if we could refresh this, get up to date. 78-72 is the score. 78-72. Wemby is definitely chill, Sierra. Seems like such a chill character out there. Young man, 21. 78-72 is the score. Andrew Wiggins, it's been his quarter. Out of the 14, he has to have about, he might have 9 of the 14 points in this quarter. He's kept the Heat within striking distance. Bam with 19. Kel'el Ware has been struggling tonight. He's taken only threes, and he's missed all 4 of them. Davion Mitchell with 11. Pelle Larsson with 5. Off the bench, Fontecchio still with 12. Jaquez only with 2 tonight. None for Jovic, and 4 for Drew Smith. For the Spurs, it's been Barnes with 3, Champagnie with 2, but Victor with 20 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists. He does have 3 fouls. Devin Vassell with 14. He's been knocking down threes. Steph Castle has been the engine, really. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals. He's just stuffing the stat sheet, getting to the line as well. Keldon Johnson with 6, 3 for McLaughlin, and 12 for Dylan Harper. Nice assist there to Wemby on that right-hand scoop to Wemby for the alley-oop. All right, broadcast is coming back now. 2:22 to go here in the third. Spurs up 78-72. They're showing that Space Needle looking thing in San Antonio that I told y'all earlier. I rode my little Lime scooter past when I was down there many moons ago. Right, Drew Smith checking in for the Miami Heat. So it is Heat ball under their basket here. Drew Smith gets it into Jovic. Back to Drew Smith. Smith finds Fontecchio on the curl. He steps back, finds Ware. Over to Jaquez in the right corner, right in front of the Spurs bench. 6 seconds to go. Jaquez goes to the post. Fall away over Johnson, and it hits off the front rim. And Wemby with another rebound. Harper down the lane and gets fouled on the layup. Harper will go to the line for 2 free throws. If you're just joining, the Heat have no challenges left. They burnt their challenge in the first quarter. The Spurs do have theirs remaining. Heat are shooting 5 for 20 in the quarter. The Spurs are shooting 9 for 18. So they're doing a profile on Dylan Harper. He played 1 season at Rutgers, 2nd overall pick. He is the son of Ron Harper, who played with the Bulls during the Jordan years, if I remember correctly. And Dylan Harper knocks down the 2nd free throw. So the score is 79-72 with 2 minutes to go here in the third. Heat struggling in this quarter. Let's see if they can end on the run. Fontecchio down the lane, throws up a right-hand hook. Wemby grabs another rebound. Wemby up to 14 boards here. Wemby with the ball, guarded by Jovic. Finds Keldon Johnson. Johnson in the post against Ware. He goes up, right hand, scoops it right over Ware and scores. It's a 9-point game here. Heat in danger. They have to end this quarter on somewhat of a run to go into the fourth with some momentum. Jaquez down the lane, gets into the paint, spins, throws up the hook. Wemby with the block. Wemby in and out attack, and then Drew Smith with the foul, trying to go for the steal on Wemby. Wemby with the block. That was another one that was close, but he's so tall, it's hard to really judge. It's hard to judge. The Spurs on a 7-0 run. They close these quarters really well, and which has been the Heat's Achilles heel in this game. Ball over to Dylan Harper. Harper off the screen. Harper cross-court pass to Keldon Johnson all the way in the right corner for three. And the first double-digit lead of the game for the San Antonio Spurs. 12-point game here. Ball over to Jaquez on the left side of the court. It's the largest deficit for the Heat this season. Jaquez throws it out of bounds. So the Heat have just been out of sorts in this third quarter. They're up to 11 turnovers in the game. My bad. My clock, I didn't even start my clock running. It's 49 seconds to go here in the quarter. Ball in play here with the Spurs. Dylan Harper with the ball. Dylan Harper gets it over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin down the lane. Throws up the floater off the rim. Wemby gets the rebound. Jump past to McLaughlin. Right corner three. And he knocks it down. So another three here for the Spurs. It's 87-72. A 15-point deficit. A 13-0 run by the Spurs. 28-14 in the quarter for the Spurs. Jaquez on the attack. Jaquez spins off. Jaquez into the paint, throws up the floater, can't get it. Wemby with another rebound with 3 seconds. Over to Champagnie. Champagnie stops. Top of the key, three. Oh, he almost banked it in. It rattled in and out. And that would have killed the Heat. 87-72 at the end of the third. Heat, the lowest scoring quarter for the Heat this season. And we go into the fourth quarter. They're going to have to pull a rabbit out the hat to come back in this one. Getting ready for the fourth and final quarter. Let's take a look at the box score here. 87-72 at the end of the third. They outscored them 28-14 in that quarter. Andrew Wiggins with 19, Bam with 19, Kel'el Ware still with no points, 11 for Davion, 5 for Pelle Larsson. Fontecchio with 12, Jaime Jaquez, he's been hooping off the bench. He only has 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting, and on 4 for Drew Smith. Heat were shooting 50% from the field, 60% from the field at one point. They've dropped down to 40%, 37.9 from 3. Salute for the sub. Salute.
Let's go.
For the Spurs, it's been all Spurs in that quarter. The main man, Victor Wembanyama with 20 points, 17 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks. You got Devin Vassell with 14 and 6 rebounds. Steph Castle with 18 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals. Off the bench, Keldon Johnson with 11. You got McLaughlin with 6 on 2 made threes. Dylan Harper with 13. Yeah, Wemby with 17 boards, and we still have a whole quarter to go. He might end up with 30 at the way we've been shooting. My man might have a 30-30 game at the end of this one if we keep playing the way we played in that third quarter. My bad. Let me take this halftime thing off. It's definitely not halftime anymore. 87-72, 87-72. Heat looking like they're going to suffer their second loss of the season unless they can come back from 15 down. Spurs looking to continue their undefeated streak. Okay, fourth quarter getting ready to start here. It will start with the San Antonio Spurs. Salute to everybody who's hanging around on the stream. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new here. We do NBA watch-alongs all season long. Or we will be doing them all season long. I primarily was doing WNBA stuff for the past couple seasons and decided to jump into the NBA for this one. Let's start the fourth quarter here. Ball with Dylan Harper on the court. That same lineup that ended the third. The Spurs trot back out for the fourth. Ball out to McLaughlin. Down to Wemby. Over to Harper. Harper, catch, shot, three, short. Hawkes with the rebound. Heat pushing it. Gets it over to Drew Smith. Drew Smith gets it over to Fontecchio. Left side to Wig. Wiggins looks to attack the rookie. Puts him in the post. Left side of the court. Goes up. Jump pass over to Fontecchio. Fontecchio for three. Off the front of the rim. And McLaughlin with the rebound. Pete, salute. Appreciate that, my friend. Wemby in the paint. No look pass over to McLaughlin in the same right corner off the back rim. Rebound to Jaime Jaquez. Jaime with the ball. Heat needed find offense somewhere. Picks up his dribble. Gets it over to Drew Smith. Left side of the court. Drew Smith into the paint. Takes a bump. Tries to, and they call a kick ball on Wemby. I think the Heat get lucky there. But Wemby roaming in the paint is throwing the Heat off because they're driving into the paint and looking to pass because they know he's blocked already 2 of their shots. So they're a little nervous going into the paint there. Heat ball sideline out of bounds. Jaime to inbound and gets it into Drew Smith. Smith with the ball gets it over to Bam. Bam back to Drew. Drew off the screen. Pump fakes over to Bam. Bam with 5 on the clock. Guarded by Wemby. Attacks him into the paint. Shoots the floater high over Wemby and scores. So Bam not afraid to go at Wemby. He hits the floater. Yeah, Tudor. That's my teams. I think it might be me. All my teams go cold in the third. McLaughlin gets it down to Barnes. Barnes in the paint. Pump fakes. Attacks Wiggins. Tries to throw a lob to Wemby. Bam deflects it. Ball floating around on the court. Drew Smith first to the floor with it. And Wiggins gets it over to Bam. Bam gets tied up. And they call a tripping foul by McLaughlin. Bam should have got rid of that earlier to Jaime. But they call a foul there on McLaughlin. So it's not a shooting foul. It's sideline out of bounds. So 87-74. 10:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. Ball in play to Drew Smith. And they call a foul there on Keldon Johnson holding Wiggins as he was trying to cut across the paint there. So that's Keldon's first foul of the game. Heat sideline out of bounds again. Hawkes gets it into Drew Smith. Gets it to Fontecchio off the screen. Shoots a 3. And he gets fouled and won. So that's another fouled shot that Fontecchio gets fouled on. He hits the 3. And look, they're going to see if the referees are going to review this to see if the basket is going to count. If he got the shot off before the whistle was blown. But it looks like Fontecchio comes off the screen. He shoots the 3. It looks like Harper sort of pulls Bam back into Fontecchio's landing space. So we'll see if the basket ends up counting here. This would be a big shot for the Heat. Oh, so they're saying that it depends on when the referee calls. No, the referee calls it late. So that should be on. The basket should count. The referee calls it after the shot, after the shot is taken. So it should count, but I've been wrong already today. So we'll see. So the referees are at the table reviewing this. But it depends on when the referee calls it, not when the foul actually occurs, right? But what a shot by Fontecchio. All right, he's about to let us know. The basket is going to count. And then Bam will shoot a free throw. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. So Bam to shoot a free throw to get the Heat back into single digits here. We needed that one bad, Tyson. We needed that one badly. So thanks, rookie Harper. Bam, you just need to hit this free throw and put us in a good spot here. So Heat about to shoot their 9th free throw of the game. The Spurs, in comparison, have attempted 17. Bam knocks down the free throw. Heat get back within single digits here. 87-78. Heat doing a little full court press. And the Spurs get across half court. McLaughlin gets around Drew Smith. Over to Dylan Harper. He tried to run before he got the ball, and the Heat have the steal. Andrew Wiggins down the lane, steps through, hands it off to Hawkins, and blocked by Wemby. That's the Wemby effect right there. Hawkins thought he had an easy layup. Wemby smacks that right out of there. Wemby over to McLaughlin. Corner to Keldon Johnson. He doesn't take the three. Back out to McLaughlin. Gets the screen from Wemby. Drops it off to Wemby. Wemby shoots over Bam and misses. So the Heat in a little zone defense there. Bam and Jaime both had their hands on the ball. Thankfully, they get away with it. Drew Smith with the ball. Drives left into the paint. Takes some contact. Doesn't get fouled. And he scores. Timeout Spurs. And the Heat on the comeback trail here. 87-80. Heat were down as many as 15. Drew Smith on this latest basket. No Wemby out on the perimeter guarding Bam. Drew Smith takes advantage, gets to the basket, lays it in. And we have a 7-point game here. 7-point game. All right. So the Heat try to make a game of it. Appreciate it. Because if this game would have just got out of control, it would have been very anticlimactic, you know? But the Heat making a game of it. Just going to check some team stats right now. Yeah, largest lead of the game was just 15 by the Spurs, which they just had. Heat have cut into that lead. It's now a 7-point game. Right. Appreciate everyone who's tuned in, new and old. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new here. I'm looking at some of the other games on the NBA schedule tonight. Another game has gone final. OKC with the win. They win versus the Wizards, 127-108. They moved to 5-0 on the season. They moved to 5-0. Wizards dropped to 1-3. High scorer of that game was, let's see. For the Wizards, it was 19 from CJ McCollum. For the Thunder, you know who it is. Of course, it's the current MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, finishes with 31 points. Only 6 free throws. He makes all 6. And he was the leading scorer for the Thunder. Looks like Milwaukee is going to beat the Golden State Warriors without Giannis Antetokounmpo. They're up 10 points with 14 seconds to go. High scorers for that game, 27 for Steph, 32 for Ryan Rollins. Jimmy Butler has 11 rebounds, and Kuzma has 8. So it looks like the Bucks are going to move to 4-1. The Warriors are going to drop to 4-2. And then our game is the last one that will be on TV. Well, that'll be active, I should say. All right. Broadcast is coming back here. Wemby, in that center matchup between Wemby and Kel'el Ware with no points, 7 rebounds. Victor with 20 points and 17 rebounds. Bam, on the other hand, with a monster dunk on Wemby, he has 22 points and 9 rebounds. It was the third quarter that did the Heat in. They got outscored 28-14 in the third quarter, which is why they are clawing out of this deficit. It was their first quarter the first quarter where they haven't scored at least 20 points this season. It is Spurs ball here. Heat outscoring them 8-0 in the fourth quarter. And let's get this game restarted here. Steph Castle with the ball for the Spurs. So line up on the court. It's Castle, Johnson, Wembanyama, Barnes, and Vassell. Johnson to Wemby. And Wemby he gets fouled by Wiggins. I thought he got the block, but he fouls Wemby. Wemby on the floor, sitting. He said he's taking a quick breath here. And that's first foul on Wig. Yeah, that's a foul, definitely on Wiggins. Smacks his on the wrist there. You need Wemby for 29. What do I think? It'll be a close one. He's at the line for free throws with 20 now, so we'll see. Wemby at the line for 2 free throws. Wemby first one is up. Oh, I jinxed you. I'm sorry. He misses the first. He made all his free throws before I said something. Wemby at the line for the second free throw. Wemby second one is up, and he knocks down the second. So Wemby with 21. It's 88-80 Heat ball. Drew Smith with the rock, and he crosses half court. Drew Smith. Guarded tightly by Steph Castle, who has like 5 steals. Fontecchio comes off the screen. Another 3, and Fontecchio! What's the word? Sierra Adamor, or whatever you said. You told me. Fontecchio with another 3, and we're at the Heat are within 5. 88-83. Castle being stymied by this zone. Wemby gets into the middle of the paint, shoots a fall away, and misses. Rebound to the Heat. Andiamo. There we go. Heat with an 11-1 run in the last 2 minutes. Gets it over to Fontecchio. Finds... Oh, he almost had Bam. Couldn't get it to him. Wiggins on the drive left. Turn around, fall away over Johnson, and scores! Andrew Wiggins with 21. The Heat are within 3 here. 13-1 run. Heat right back in this one. Over to Johnson. Down to Wemby. Wemby fakes the pass. Fall away over Bam. And misses again. The 3-2 zone is stymieing the Spurs right now. Heat with a chance to tie or get within 1. Bam drives baseline. Hands it off to Hawkins, and he cuts and lays it in. It's a 1-point game. He got it to the glass first. 1-point game here. 88-87. 15-1 run. Heat have done it again. Ball in the corner to Vassell. Vassell for 3 and misses. Fight for the rebound. Hawkins gets it. Heat with a chance to take the lead here. Hawkins right to left crossover. Goes off glass. Bam with the tip, and the Heat take the lead. Timeout Spurs. 17-1 run in the last 3 or so minutes, and the Heat have come all the way back to take this lead in this game. Hawkins with the attack misses, but Bam down there just tips it in with the left, and it drops. Bam Adebayo, double-double for him, 24 points, 10 rebounds against Victor Wembanyama, who has 21 points and 17 rebounds. But the Heat have come all the way back. I need to go on to Twitter and send out a tweet. No quit in this squad, boy, I tell you. Yes, sir. We back. We are back. It was looking a little shaky there at the end of the third. But my son, the Italian stallion, Fontecchio, cashing out from 3. Hit 2 threes in the quarter. Wiggins hit some shots. Bam doing his thing. Listen, it's a team effort here. Team effort. Does the Heat play Fireball? No, we play I think everybody be playing Swag Surf in the fourth quarter. I forgot what else they play down there. Yeah, Melvin. Yeah, win or lose Heat. Yeah, they've really surprised me. I cannot lie. 0-6 in the preseason. I was a little down on the squad. Did we look good in that Magic game? Just in the fourth quarter, we just gave up the goods. Winning 3 straight. We're the highest scoring team in the league this season through how many? Through 4 games. So that's a shocker for a Spo led team. We were running up and down the court. But listen, man, I cannot. I have no complaints right now. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, we're not even with Norm Powell is out, Tyler is out, so we're not even on. This not even our final form. And so y'all can see, I'm gonna show the box score right quick, so you can see top of the screen. So I'm not lying. If you look at the 4 here, 17-1 Miami over the Spurs in the fourth quarter to retake the lead in this one. Yeah, you're right. I gotta keep the faith. I gotta keep the faith. They got some Heat fans there. It was right next to the guy with the Alonzo jersey on. They got a young Heat fan with a Bam Adebayo T-shirt on. I love it. All right, fourth quarter resuming here with the Spurs. Fourth quarter resuming. Salute JJ. Salute for the sub. Appreciate you. Dylan Harper gets it over to Barnes. Barnes over to Vassell. Vassell on the pump fake. Out to Harper. Wemby is not on the floor, but they find Barnes on the cut. Up and under layup is good. And the Spurs retake the lead here, 90-89. No Wemby on the court right now. So they've gone a little small here, the Spurs, to match up. Drew Smith with the ball. Drew Smith down to Bam, left side of the court. He faces up, attacks Barnes under the basket, pump fakes, throws up the right hand hook and hooks it in. Bam Adebayo gives the Heat the lead back, 91-90 for Bam. He has 26. Harper with the ball. Harper to Barnes, and Drew Smith predicts it and gets the steal. Drew Smith across half court, picks up his dribble, pump fakes for 3, gets it down to Bam, and a foul there by Vassell before the pass can get inbounds. Wemby coming back in immediately. He just gave him a quick breather, and Wemby will come right back in. He'll go out for, I don't know who's coming out for, probably Dylan Harper? Yeah, Dylan Harper. Ball and play with the Heat to Drew Smith. Looking for the Italian Stallion. Can't get to him. They're holding my boy. Drew Smith with the ball with 10 on the shot clock. Drew over to Bam. Bam for 3. That looked off, and it is off. Rebound to Vassell. I didn't like that shot by Bam. Vassell with the ball over to Castle. Castle on the attack. Cross court pass to Barnes. Barnes corner 3 off the back rim. Fight for the rebound. Bam tips it over to Hawkes Jr. Wiggins left side to Drew Smith in the left corner by himself. Drew Smith across the paint goes over to Bam. Bam right corner 3 this time. This air ball. I don't like that, Bam. Get in the paint, my boy. I know you can shoot it, but we in that crunch time right now. Wemby pump fakes for 3 over to Castle, right side of the court. Castle dribbling. Goes over to Vassell. Vassell pump fakes for 3, corner to Champagnie. Left corner 3, and he's off. Long rebound goes right out to Champagnie. Out to Wemby, over to Vassell. Vassell for 3, and he buries it. Offensive rebounds. You got to secure him as Vassell from the left wing cashes in, gives him a 2-point lead. That's those couple shots there from 3 by Bam that I didn't like. Hawkes out to Drew Smith for 3 and misses. Fight for the rebound. Ball bouncing around. Players diving on the floor. Vassell gets it and throws it out to Wemby. He getting happy with the 3s now. They're going away from what worked. Over to Champagnie. Up top to Wemby. Wemby for 3. Cash, and the Heat call a timeout. "24 for Victor Wembanyama. I think that's his first made 3 of the game. And the Spurs go back up 5. Heat fell in love with the 3. Took a 3 on those last 3 possessions there. Didn't come away with points. And the Spurs capitalize. Princess Sarah said Coach Spo is amazing. Yeah, he definitely is. I love Coach. Even though sometimes he can frustrate me, but I'd rather have him than anybody else. Yeah, Melvin, they got a little too excited. They came all the way back by playing defense and running to the paint. Then they came down. Bam shot 2 threes from both wings, not his strong areas. He's more of a corner 3-point shooter. And the Spurs come back down the other end and knock down 2 threes of their own. But we move, people. We move. We move. My clock is wrong, y'all. I got to fix my clock. I probably didn't continue to play it after a certain play. 4:53 to go. 4:53 to go in this one. It should be, oh, whoops. There we go. 4:53 to go. All right, so the Heat are on a road trip. They play the Spurs right now. They play the Lakers, Clippers, and Nuggets within the next couple days. So it's Heat basketball here. Davion Mitchell has checked back into the game. Davion over to Jaquez. Jaquez on the quick attack, gets into the paint. Nowhere to go. Spins back. It gets fouled there by Castle on the reverse spin. Jaquez Jr. will go to the line for 2 free throws. That's what you need to do. Go to the basket and draw some fouls here. So Jaquez at the line for 2 free throws. Stacy, salute for the sub. Salute, salute.
Let's go.
Yeah, defense definitely will decide this W. Heat are in the bonus, so anytime they get fouled from here on out, they'll be shooting free throws as Jaquez knocks down the first. Jaquez Jr., he's been scoring really well in the first 4 games of the season. This one, he only has 7 points. Jaquez at the line for the second free throw, and he rattles it in. So it's a 3-point game here, 96-93. Spurs in the lead here. Under 5 minutes to go here. Wiggins guarding Castle, gets it over to Vassell. Heat in a 2-3 zone here. Castle comes off the screen. Castle probing. No look pass over to Wemby in the right corner. Pump fakes. Wemby guarded by Jaquez with 2 on the clock. He steps out to the right. Elbow fall away. Bounces off. Fight for the rebound. Offensive rebound goes out to Barnes. Barnes for 3. And it kills them again. Offensive rebound. Caroms out to a player. Gets it over to Barnes. And he hits the wide open left corner 3. It's the zone. It's hard to rebound out of a zone. But Bam shoots the hook shot over Wemby. The quick hook is good for Bam Adebayo. 4-point game, 99-95. Bam up to 28. Heat still sticking in this zone right now. Gets it over to Barnes. Barnes on the quick attack, throws up the layup, and gets fouled on the reach-in. That's the thing with playing the zone. It leaves some driving gaps there, as Barnes will go to the line for 2 free throws. Bam just settles his feet, throws up the hook shot over Wemby. So Barnes at the line, first free throw is up, and he rattles it in. And the Heat will call a timeout here with 3:44 to go. 5-point game, 100-95. Heat offensive rebounds have killed them in this fourth quarter out of the zone. They've got the initial stop, don't secure the rebound. It leads to a scramble, which leads to open shots for the San Antonio Spurs. But we're in a timeout right now. They're staying on the broadcast. We'll see what Coach Spo is telling the team here. Can Wemby get 5 points? I mean, it is possible. It's 3:44 to go. Wemby, they're getting him the ball damn near every possession. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets to 5, but you never know you never know. But no rebounds, no rings, a wise coach once said, which was Pat Riley. No rebounds, no rings. So if let me take a look at the rebounding battle right now. Stats. Yeah, they're out rebounding the Heat 45-39 in this quarter. I mean, in this game, excuse me. They said the Heat are trying to win for the 6th straight time in San Antonio. Wow. Let's see. We still have a free throw for Harrison Barnes for him to take. Harrison Barnes for the second free throw, and he knocks it down. So it's a 6-point game, 101-95, Spurs in the lead. Heat have to make another comeback now. Not insurmountable, as we've seen. Ball gets poked away, but Fontecchio picks it up. Fontecchio, handoff back to Davion with 10 on the shot clock. Davion, right to left crossover, gets into the paint and loses the ball. Not what she needed. Good defense by Julian Champagny. Champagny back to Wemby. Wemby over to Vassell. Heat need to stop here. That's only Davion's second turnover of the game. Castle with the ball. Castle over to Vassell. Down to Wemby. Wemby with 7 on the shot clock. Wemby out to Vassell. Vassell for 3. Short. And Wiggins with the rebound. Good stop there. Over to Bam Adebayo. Left side of the court. Bam gets it back up to Wig. Wig comes off the screen going left. Wig keeps his dribble alive. Wiggins into the paint. And they say no foul there. Wemby gets a poke away. So back-to-back turnovers by the Heat. And ball goes... Wemby almost turned it over down to Vassell. Vassell out to Champagny. Over to Castle. Castle for 3. And he cashes out. Stephon Castle pushes the lead to 9 here with 2:30 to go. Heat back-to-back turnovers. And it's Davion down the lane. And a block there by Wemby. 4th block of the game. Wemby on the attack. That's a travel. And he scores. No travel call. He scores, and the Heat have looked like they've let go of the rope here. Wiggins, step back 3. Oh, he says, Jay, shut up. Not yet. Knocks down the step back 3 to bring it back within single digits. 106-98. Wemby up to 26 points, 18 rebounds. Wiggins with 24. Castle off the screen. Castle over to Vassell. Vassell on the drive, drops it off to Barnes. He loses the ball. It's a 2-on-1 here. Davion over to Jaquez. Down to Davion. He misses the layup. Jaquez doesn't get the rebound. It goes out of bounds. They had a 2-on-1 there, and Stephon Castle stymied it. 13 turnovers for the Heat. I mean, Weir hasn't been doing anything. Discovery Channel. He hasn't really been doing anything. He has no points. So he's... And a moving screen there by Harrison Barnes with 1:27 to go. That's the reason why Weir's not in the game. Ball in play here with the Heat. Davion Mitchell with the ball. Davion up to Bam. Bam on the attack. Crossover, bumps off Wemby, pump fakes, goes in and gets blocked by Wemby. Doesn't get the rebound, though. Over to Wiggins. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell into the paint. Ball gets stripped away, and another turnover by the Heat. 3 straight turnovers. And that will probably do it. A minute to go here. And the Spurs have the ball. Castle out at half court. There's turnover after turnover here for the Heat. Castle goes cross-court to Champagny, and he steps out of bounds. The Spurs have been giving the Heat chances here with turnovers of their own, but the Heat just return the favor with the turnovers. Ball and play to Davion. Let's see. This game's pretty much over, but let's see what the Heat can do here. It's 98-108. Excuse me, I have the wrong score up here. Bam, corner 3, he knocks it down. 108-101. I'm adding stuff to the wrong team. My bad, y'all. 30-point game for Bam. Ball is in play here with 30 seconds to go. 108-101. Lob pass over to Steph Castle. They're just running the clock down. Steph Castle over to Wemby. Wemby for 3. And it misses. Vassell with the tip rebound. And he saves it. And that's been the story of the game. Foul there by Wiggins on Wemby. (108-101). The offensive rebounds have killed the Heat in this fourth quarter. They get another one there, leading to Wemby getting fouled, going to the line for free throws. They're going to review this for a flagrant foul. $14 to go in the game. Offensive rebounds have just killed the Heat in this quarter. Let's take a quick look at the box score while they're reviewing this for a flagrant foul. Let me refresh this. Yeah, it gave me fake hope, man. They came all the way back, took the lead, and then turned back into a pumpkin there. Wiggins with 24 points. You got 31 and 10 from Bam. Ware, 0.7 rebounds. 11 for Davion. 5 for Pella Larson. Off the bench, Fontecchio with 18. 6 from Jaquez and Drew Smith. For the Spurs, however, 10 for Barnes. Wembanyama with 26 and 18. Looking to add to it now at the free throw line. 17 for Vassell with 9 rebounds. Steph Castle with 21, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists. All right, it's 101-106. So even the broadcast had me confused on the score. I'm gonna fix that right now. It's 101-106. With Wemby at the line for 2 free throws. With 14 seconds to go. First one is up. Oh, Wemby off the back rim misses. The Heat was hot and cold. That's an oxymoron. Heat being cold. Wemby misses the first. 106-101. Wemby second one is up, and he knocks down the second to make it a 6-point game with 14 seconds to go. Heat gave up in this quarter, I gotta say, about 4 threes off of second chance opportunities. And that's the difference there. 107-101, 6-point deficit. 6-point deficit. Salute to everybody joining. If you're just joining now, Heat were down 15 at the end of the third. They went on a 17-1 run to take a 89-88 lead. And then ever since then, the Spurs have taken back off and now have a 6-point lead. Wemby has 27 points. Wemby has 27 points, 18 rebounds, 6 assists. He has like 4 or 5 blocks as well. Bam Adebayo came to play tonight. Took a little bit more threes than I would have liked. He's 4 for 12 from 3, but he does have 31 points and 10 rebounds. There's been some late game turnovers here as well, but it's a good fight by the team to come back on the road here. Without Norman Powell, their leading scorer this season. $27 for Wemby, for those asking. All right, so it's Heat basketball. They're running some college pattern here, some football pattern, American football pattern, and they can't even get the ball in. They get it into Bam. Oh, almost a backcourt. Bam has to shoot the 3. Bam, way off from 3. That's not the guy you want with shooting the 3. And the Heat aren't gonna foul. They just let the clock dribble out. And the Spurs end up winning the game. Spo and Coach Mitch Johnson embrace there. As the Heat, with their second loss of the season, they dropped to 3-2. The Spurs moved to 5-0 for the first time ever, I think they said. First time ever. 5-0. Spurs win. Let's take a quick look at the box score. They blew the lead, but they ended up securing the win in the end. Let's take a quick look at the box score before we head out of here. 24 for Wiggins. Bam with 31 and 10. Kel'el Ware, night to forget, no 0.7 rebounds. You got 11 for Davion and 5 for Pelle Larsson. Off the bench, Fontecchio, the Italian stallion, with 18 on 5 of 7 from 3. 6 for Drew Smith and Jaquez. For the Spurs, you got Burns with 10, Victor Wembanyama, 27 points, 18 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 blocks, and he's made 6 of his 8 free throws. Devin Vassell hit some big threes down the stretch, 17 points, 9 rebounds, almost a double-double for him. Steph Castle, he controlled the game all game, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals, 1 block. The guy was doing it all. Off the bench, Keldon Johnson with 11, 13 for Dylan Harper, the rookie, and 6 for Jordan McLaughlin. All right, so that is it. Let's take a look at the stand. I don't know if ESPN updates the standings this quickly, but let's see if they do. They haven't updated it yet. But the Spurs moved to 5-0. Let's take a look at the games for the rest of the final scores of all the games that took place today. Give me a second as I backspace. So Orlando beat the Hornets 123-107. OKC stay undefeated, beat the Wizards 127-108. Golden State loses to a Giannis-less Bucks team 120-110. And the Heat lose to the currently undefeated San Antonio Spurs 107-101. All right, y'all. I appreciate everyone who tuned in. Thank you for all the likes, the subscriptions, the follows on the Twitch, the super chats, super stickers, all that good stuff. I will be back sometime next week, probably Monday or Tuesday. Remember, tomorrow is the NBA Cup. Games are on Prime Video and on League Pass, so make sure you tune in for those. It is now 11 p.m. here on the East Coast. Everyone, wherever you are in the world, in the country, enjoy the rest of your evening. It's Jay Jordan. I'm out. Salute.